my dear friends, Aletta and Jed. We met on social media about a year ago. We joined a social media group, a study group, studying the lessons of the work of Neville Goddard. And today, the three of us have created a study group where we talk about his lectures, his books, everything Neville. Along with, I just want to let you all know that Neville Goddard, for those of you who do not know him, we met on social media famous about a year ago of all time. We joined a social. He was born in media group, a little group, island on a little studying the lessons of the work of Neville Goddard. And he lived from. And today, the three of us have created a five to October 1st, about his lectures, his books, everything Neville. I just want to let you all know California. Neville worked as a ballet dancer in New York City. He gave up the industry because he wanted to devote a full-time became one of the most famous mystics and metaphysics teaching Neville that imagination creates reality. He shared truths after truths with his audiences and how everything imagined will ultimately come to pass, whether good or bad. Consequently, he explained that the importance of not seeking a God in the sky, yet realizing that God is inside of man. Man is God. He also taught that creation is already finished. It is done. In other words, see the end in mind. Then ask yourself, how would I feel if my wish was fulfilled? Additionally, he taught that we must assume the feeling of our desire being fulfilled, especially in a state akin to sleep. More importantly, he taught audiences all over the world that feeling is the secret. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and in its presence. And if you persist in the assumption, it will become reality. Neville authored several books. Three of my favorites are Feeling is the Secret, The Power of Awareness, and The Law and the Promise. Arletta, what are your three favorites?
Probably Feeling is the Secret is one of the greatest books he ever written. But I also love Prayer, The Art of Believing, and At Your Command. And I also love all his lectures, especially the ones with his own original voice.
Awesome, awesome. What about you, Chad? What are three of your favorites?
Yeah, so the Power of Awareness as well, along with Feeling is the Secret. That's a great introductory one. I recommend that one for everyone to begin with. And then Prayer, The Art of Believing. That would be my third there. So great.
Those are great ones. Those are great ones as well. Neville covered, so he authored several books, as we know. And in every single book, you're going to get some amazing, amazing nuggets, just some amazing lessons. I believe, in my mind, Neville is one of the most famous teachers, mystics of all time. We are God, amazing, and the ability to have do anything it is possible. I believe Neville taught that. He taught the most famous teachers, mystics of all time is reality. We are God, and so with that, each week the three of us we come together with our study group and we just talk about his lectures, his books, anything Neville. We absolutely love Neville's teachings and his work, and we talk about that. We discuss. How does this affect us in our life? And how, as Neville said, that there's absolutely, we can have anything. We can have imagine. So we really dive deep sometimes. And so we want to bring you along with us on this journey. Today, in our group discussion, Arletta is going to introduce a new topic this week. And we're just going to break it down, talk about it, and discuss Neville. So please join us as we discuss this week's lesson. And I'll turn it over to Arletta.
Thank you. Today, I picked one of his lectures called Changing the Feeling of I. And I picked this one because he talks here, it's a difficult one, and he talks about responsibility, our responsibility. It's very difficult because it's so much easier to blame others for every circumstances in our world. But he explains that everything that happens, everything that surrounds us is created, manifested by our assumptions and beliefs. And the whole world, the whole like society, like when I ask you what you think about others, about society, about your neighbors, whatever you say, you are actually describing yourself. And it's very hard to accept that actually we are talking about ourselves, and every outer circumstance is actually mirroring our that assumptions. Actually, we are talking about ourselves. This is the reason why I picked this one. I don't know how you guys like this, but I like that a lot.
Yeah, I can tell you when you said everything, every single thing is ourself. That's a very hard pill to swallow. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that has taken me a while to really digest that I am creating every single thing, good or bad. Everything is myself, every person. So I guess we must be really mindful that really being careful of what we think, what we say, what we do, because at the end, it's really yourself is the only person, right? Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah,
What do you
exactly.
think? What do you think, Jed? Yeah.
Yeah, so everything is you pushed out, and I like how he explains it in this lecture, how he really keeps it focused on, you got to have your desire first. So if you don't have a desire, if you don't have an aim, you're aimless. So that's where you got to start with. And I'll hand it back to you guys. I got some chat stuff I'm taking care of right now.
Okay.
Sure. So anyway, he's saying your description of the world is a confession of the self that you do not know. You describe another, you describe society, you describe anything, and your description of the thing you observe reveals to one who knows this law the being you really are. So you must first accept that self. When that self is accepted, then you can start to change. So, and this fragment, it was very important for me, that first we need to accept ourselves. We need to accept that everything what happens is created by us, is what we actually, who we really are. And when we face this fact and when we accept it, then we can have this desire, this decision to change ourselves, and then to change our life, which will follow. So that was the hard one. And yeah, no one to change but self, right?
Yeah. He did say that a person must change the inside before he can. You must change on the inside, because really it's all about us. It's just me, individual. I'm creating every single thing, and I said that it's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people especially when things do not go the way we want them in our life. We think, oh my God, why did this person do that to me? Or why did this happen? Well, the truth of the matter, we did that. And boy, when we fully understand it, it's like, did I do this? Is this happening because of what I'm putting out there? And truly the answer is yes, it really is. So we really have to work on the inside, when you say, guys.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing, what was very important for me, is that whatever we want to, however we want to change our self, whatever we want to achieve, we need to feel the feeling of naturalness. We should try to feel the feeling as I don't know how to say it. It should be as natural as possible to us. Otherwise, we're gonna our subconscious mind is not gonna accept the new idea because it's not natural for us. And this is also the hard one, because sometimes we would like to change very fast, and we would like completely something completely opposite that we had in our lives so far. But our subconscious mind is so used to the old self that it's not allowing us to change that fast. And knowing that it needs to be natural is also very important information. So you do not get frustrated when you see that something is not working. It's not that the law is not working. The law is always working. It's just that it's not natural for you. It's something completely, it's so far from you, right? Because your subconscious mind does not believe it.
So Alana, when you say natural, explain more in detail. For instance, I want to manifest my dream home.
Mm-hmm.
How do I make that feel natural?
Well, if you live if you have always lived in a small apartment and you have never lived in a huge home, and you want to manifest one, first you should, well, this is what I would do. First, you should imagine how the huge, big house mansion looks like, like what furniture do you imagine inside? How would you feel having, I don't know, 8 bedrooms? You need to start. You need to start feel it as something what is not so far away from you. You need to dream about it, think about it. You need to search different mentions on the internet, check all the possibilities. What do you want? What do you exactly want? And then feel like you already have it. Mm-hmm. When you know details, because it's so much easier when you know the details. You know how many rooms you have, how your bedroom's gonna look like, how your bathroom's gonna look like. Do you have one garage or 2? Do you have big garden or a small one? You need to know it. So your mind is not going in, in different area, and it's that your mind is stable and your mind knows exactly what you want. Because if you change your mind, like for example, one day you want 8 bedrooms, but on the other day you want 5, and then you change your mind and you want something completely else, it's not a very good idea for manifesting.
I see. Jed, what do you think?
Yeah, so we got some questions coming here from Shafi. Latest one says, how do we figure out what we exactly want? By imagining clarity? So I think you touched on that, Arletta, that, you need to be very focused on what you're imagining.
Okay.
Yeah, Neville even mentions in one of his lectures, not this one, that you need to be as precise as possible. Like, it's easier for your subconscious mind and your imagination. But sometimes when you are not sure what you really want in your life, he recommends to feel, just feel the feeling of happiness or whatever you would like to have in your life. You would like to be happy, just assume that you are happy if you completely do not know what you want. He also recommended one of his technique is, isn't it wonderful? Just to fall asleep with this feeling, repeating to yourself, isn't it wonderful? Just to feel the feeling that something is wonderful in your life. Like, isn't it wonderful? It just brings a feeling of being happy, being so excited, being so pleased. And that feeling should manifest in your life in something real.
Yeah, I think too, how do you know? I think we all have passions. We know what moves us, whether it's love, whether it's money, whether it's material things. What moves you? What are you passionate about? What can you see yourself having? And the beautiful thing about this lesson, guys, is what I really took. It doesn't matter where you start at. It doesn't matter what you have, what you do not have, the color of your skin. It just, nothing matters. As long as you have the desire and you're willing to see it from the end and feel it as if you've already have it, you'll have it. You just have to persist in it, knowing it is for you. What do you want? What do you desire?
Yeah, he's saying here, you can start now from scratch and choose the being you want to be. So you can be anyone, you can be anything, you can have anything you want if you assume the feeling of having it.
Well, and you said start from scratch. So if this life that I am not happy with, you mean I can just say, blank slate, I'm starting over. I'm creating my world the way I want it to be. Is that what he's saying? He's actually saying that?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. You can change everything in your life. But this is such a simple technique that people do not believe that. And they do not even want to try that. Even if he's repeating in his every lecture, like try it before you say it's not working, try it. So sometimes it's hard to assume that you are someone else when you've been like this person for, I don't know, 40, 50 years. It's hard to change from, just in this second, because you don't know our life. But we can do everything in our imagination, everything, and nobody can stop us. So when we use our imagination and when we imagine the perfect life that we would love to have, and assume this feeling that we already have it, just ask yourself, how would I feel if I already had it? If I was this person that I would like to be, how would I feel? And when you feel this feeling, you are changing your life, because it has to, like Neville says, it has to manifest in your life, in your real world. That's the law.
It is the law, and I can totally agree with you on that, Orletta. When I first heard about Neville and his teachings, I said to myself, honestly, this can't be true. I don't believe this. And there were a lot of people who are saying, oh, that just sounds too simple. That sounds too easy. But the truth of the matter, I put it to the test. I said, if it is true, then I will desire something I knew I could not possibly have. But I was to do it. I said, if this law is correct, if this is what he's telling you, is absolutely positively true, I will try it. And sure enough, I will tell you, I used my imagination in a certain part of town, and I would see myself there at place. And sure enough, I was there eventually. It does work. You just have to persist in it. When you have that desire, believe all things are possible for me. Anything. I can have anything I choose. And when you stand on that and you believe that, it will happen. And the truth of the matter is, as you said, it's nobody but yourself. So we do not have to convince anyone. we just convince ourselves, I desire this, and follow the process. And as we go and we share these lessons, we're going to teach you, we're going to share with you step by step at times how to do this, because we've manifested all types of things. And we all know it works. And we just want you all, the audience, to know that it will work for you no matter what it is that you want to accomplish or achieve. Aletta?
Yes, especially